all, greetings to you all, fellow Biafrans. Greetings to you all, lovers of freedom. Greetings to you all, even those who do not agree on what we're doing. And I said greetings to you all, the elders of the riverine area, the stakeholders, and the representatives of the stakeholders. We greet the kings, and of course we're greeting the chiefs. We greet the youth leaders. We greet the local government leaders. We greet everyone who are present here this evening. We greet everyone who are present here this evening. Of course, without delay, I believe I should quickly introduce the moderators that will be anchoring this very great occasion. The person of Comrade Tamono Toye, and the person of Comrade Dudu Oviemuno. I greet every one of you. So I will say we should have a very short break. But by the time we will come back, I believe we'll be coming with our leader on board. All hail Biafra. You're welcome, sir. My leader.
Thank you very much.
The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you.
To the light of Africa. We thank you for joining us despite the stress and we truly appreciate you, sir. Let me quickly hand over the mic to my to the moderators who are going to moderate tonight's live interaction, or should I say interactive question and answer from the stakeholders and the chiefs and the Igwes and some of their representatives who are going to be joining us tonight. Here is the first moderator, the person of and we have Tamono Toye, area of Tamono Toye in the house. My moderator, over to you.
Yes, thank you very, very much, Asawa Eagle. We welcome you all. We say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you're joining us from. Good evening from here, my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We welcome you, sir, to this question and answer or interactive session, as we say, from the people from the coastal region. We have a couple of our stakeholders. We have some of the chiefs, as Asawa has said earlier. Before we go ahead, my name is Iriawo Tamunotonye. I'm from Bukuma. Bukuma Kingdom is in Kalabari, and that is an Izon speaking part of Biafra land. Without further ado, I'll ask you to please share, share, so it will get to our enemies, and it will get to also our loved ones and anybody who doesn't know about this great project. I'd like to introduce my co-moderator in person of Ijudu Oviemuno. Idudu, will you kindly say hello to the house? And I would like to ask our leader to please lead us in an opening prayer. Sir, please. Idudu, please, can you greet the house so we can take the opening prayer and proceed for today? Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Yeah. Good evening from here. My leader, I greet your president and I greet you. Yeah, my name is Idudu Ovimuno. I am from Ozoro community. Ozoro community is a community in Isoko Nation. Isoko is in Biafra land. Today is an honor to be in the presence of my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. And as we proceed, we encourage every one of you to share and share as we hand over the microphone to our leader to give us an opening prayer as we proceed to a questioning and answering interaction section from the coastal region of Biafra land. Thank you very much. All hail Biafra.
Biafra, thank you very much. I thank all of you here assembled, especially our stakeholders and our leaders in the coastal region of Biafra. I prefer to call the southern region of Biafra. And it is with great pride and humility that I'm sharing this platform with each and every one of you. And I am going to pray a very brief prayer. Our Lord God Almighty in heaven, the creator of the heavens and the earth, who determined that his children that he has chosen should inhabit a corner of a region of Africa from where the sun rises from. You have brought us together because we are one family by blood, not just by customs or tradition, but we are one people that you have decreed must be free in a time like this. We know that the enemies will not stop. We know they will not relent in doing all that they have been doing and will continue to do to divide your children. But we are praying for your mercy. We are praying for your love. We pray that you grant us the spirit of discernment, the spirit of an ability to be able to see what the enemy intends for us. As we gather here today, may all our deliberations yield the desired result that will give praise unto your holy name and propel the coming of Biafra. May we all keep, preserve each and every one of us as we embark on this noble quest, that in the end, every glory, every honor, every adoration will be unto your holy name now and forevermore, we pray. Say.
Thank you very much, my great leader. It is an honor to be in your presence once again, because of course everyone knows, and even the enemies in their grave, they know that you are the sent one, and of course we must continue. And before we do, I will encourage every one of us, our stakeholders, our leader, and our chief, the kings among us, please, immediately when we ask our questions, please let us kindly leave the forum after our questions have been answered, because we have a lot of people backstage who will also be participating in this very occasion. So as we know that time is not more our friend. So I would encourage us, as you're coming in, please mute your mic. Mute your mic. So please, we don't want anything distraction. Mute your mic as you're coming in. Thank you very much. Over to you, my moderator, Tamonotoye.
Yes, thank you so much, Asawo. for this opportunity. So we are going to be going with our first, with the first person to address our leader today, and that is Mr. Isaac Oletu. So, Mr. Isaac, over to you. Kindly, you have the floor. You have 3 minutes to ask our leader the question that it's on your mind, and you're going to get your answer. Thank you very much.
Yeah, first of all, let me introduce my name. I hope I'm coming out loud.
Loud and clear, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I am Mr. Azikoletu, a member of Isoko Development Union. I'm from Araya community in Isoko South. The first question here is this. First of all, let me thank Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the things he has been doing. I've been following the program, and I see the good work he has been doing. But it seems as if Isoko is not being much in the interest of the Biafran people. Why is this? Number one, the Eastern Security Network that was created, and I find out that the Eastern Security Network is in every other place, but there is no Eastern Security Network in Isoko land to protect the Isoko people. Or are we not one again? That is one. Secondly, when you came out from prison and I find out that you were touring around some areas, you went to River State as well. But Isoko was not visited. You didn't visit Isoko people. And you didn't even come to Delta State. So my question is why? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question. I want to make one thing very clear. We are not going to go into any area that is not fertile for us. For ESN to be in Isoko, we need Isoko sons and daughters to be in ESN so we can deploy them to Isoko with the backup that is needed. That is how we operate. Or else our enemies will run to Zoo media and start to write their usual rubbish about Igbo takeover of Isoko. They will not start from where the history started from. That Isoko and Igbo people, that all of us, we are one anyway, but that is a lecture for another day. But for the purposes of this very gathering, we are working on it. And very soon you will have ESN in Isoko. We are doing a lot of work, even across Igodomigodo as well. We are doing a lot of work. And why didn't I come to Delta? I was on my way to Ogoni land when I was attacked at Robaka. I think that was around the 10th or 11th of September of 2017. On my way to Ogoni land, maybe they got hint of the fact that I was traveling to Ogoni land. They didn't want me to go there. They attacked me. They nearly killed me at Robaka. In fact, after this program, I'll ask for that very video to be released so that the world can see it. That was what truncated our plans. I would have come to Delta. One thing that people don't know is that all throughout that period, I was based in Asaba. I wasn't in my house. I was living in Asaba. That's where my base was. Most people will know that before I enter, as I'm driving towards Head Bridge, they will see me. As I'm coming back, they will see me. Our people. Gone, as I was living in Asaba myself. So I was in Delta State myself during that very period. But events prevented me from touring as extensively as I wanted to because of the attack at my house, as you well know, a couple of days after that on the 14th of September. So if I had time, I would have come to Delta, to Isoko. A lot of arrangements were made for me to visit. all the clans, all the nationalities of Biafra land, the events overtook us because the zoo came to kill our people, as you well know. But as soon as conditions are okay, of course I will do it. But you are going, if this night, because I know it is night where some of you are, even if tonight you're saying that you have even up to 50 people, Isoko sons and daughters, make them available. My secretary is here. Contact her, give her a name of a person who can, I'm not asking for much, only 50. Then you see yes and there overnight. Thank you very much.
Imiete, my leader. Over to Idudu Oviemuna.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll make it very brief. I would like to use this opportunity to move to the next person, the person of Mr. Lily Barry. Lily Barry, I would like you to throw your question to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that he will answer your question as we proceed. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Greetings to everyone and greetings to our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a privilege to be here and for the first time to have meeting with you directly on this Zoom. The last time I saw you was when I came to your house before the attack in 2017. Tonight I want to ask few questions that has been a burden in the heart of our people. My name is Goswilele Barikwaloba. I am from village called Luawe in Kana local government area of Ogoni in Biafra land. My question is, number one thing that bothers the Ogoni people is they talk about domination. And they said that if Biafra comes, will it not be that the Igbos will be in charge of everything and the Ogoni people will be put down or possibly be made to be slaves in their land? Some of them cite reference to before the war, they said, I wasn't there myself, they said that Igbos were in charge of everything in Bori, in Ka, to the point that the Ogonis have to pay taxes to them. Women coming from farms have to pay tax, and the markets were decided which day to open and which day to close by the Igbos. That these are the things that they faced at the time, even before the Civil War. So these fears still remain the heart of some of our people, and they are afraid that if Biafra comes this time, are we not going to face such scenario again? Number two of my question is the issue of Oyibo and Obibo. Oyibo and Obibo, our people believe that Oyibo belong to Ogoni people. That is the belief. And each time this thing is dragged, it is as if we said it that the Igbos have come to take over and all that. So the Oyibo issue is one of the reasons why our people, the Ogoni people, some of them still believe that they are not part of Biafra or don't want to come out fully to support the struggle. Number three, the Ogoni struggle. The Ogoni 9 that died in 1995, they were hanged for trying to ask for their right. And this also is one key factor in Ogoni land. They felt that they have something they are also trying to get. And for this reason, whether or not they are doing it, they feel they needed a separate state. And this is one of the reasons. And they have also, accused our leader that each time he talks about Kensaro Winwa or the Ogoni Nine, that he berates them and, you know, like put them in a position as if they deserved to have died. And these are some of the issues raised by some of our elders. Then number 4, I would like our leader to, by this meeting also, throw light on how is it going to be finally when Biafra comes, what is the fate of the Ogoni people? Because some are afraid that it will be another Nigeria scenario. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Lily Barry Godswill. Yes, can we have our leader answer that if it's clear? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm here. I will mix your. I think by the 2 answers I'll provide, it will have taken care of the 4 questions that you asked, Godswill. I know I respect your diligence. I like the work that you're doing. And the work that I believe that the Ogoni nation will do in Biafra in years to come. The thing is this. Let me start with Obi-Igbo. What was the name before it was changed to Oyibo? The name was Obi-Igbo. That's the name. But it's a small, tiny piece of land. Why would anybody say that a small, tiny piece of land is the reason why they don't want to seek their freedom? I find it astonishing. A small, tiny piece of land. That doesn't mean anything. That is more important than all the pollution happening around us. I have said this before, allow me to repeat. I want everybody, I want every nationality within Biafra to be on their own. And when people talk about Ogoni, this is one thing that I don't quite understand. I don't know how white people did this thing to us. A white man came into our land, divided us so much that we do not know who we are anymore. Ogoni cannot live in isolation. Every clan, where we come from, Arochukwu is a clan of people. Do you understand me? We have clans all over the place. The Oru people, these people that came from Igodomigodo to settle in the present day Ihiala, they are a clan of their own. Ibuku is a clan of their own. Nobody is saying that they are separate. No man can be an island. You didn't fall from heaven. You must have come from somewhere. I was the people going about looking for my relatives. This work we are doing now, or that culminated in what we are having today, I started this work as far back as 1997 to unite our people. 97, 98, to unite our people. Because I know who my relatives are. If you're my relative, why wouldn't you be comfortable being with me? That is the same thing that used to happen. You see this thing that you're saying about people having this fear about Igbo domination. Do you know that where we come from? I'm from so-called Abia State. Let me use it for the purpose of this very meeting. Do you know that in Abia State, in those days, they used to say Anambra people are the problem, they will dominate us. If we get Biafra tomorrow, Anambra will dominate. You go to Enugu, that was the same argument that CCONO was making. If we are free, then Anambra will dominate. That he was saying why white people will suffer. It's something that we're having with the Ogoni people. I don't like it. We are one people. But that doesn't mean we are going to run down anybody's culture or way of life. If you go to Abreba, Ejagam, Abreba and the Ejagam people are the same thing. One people. A white man came, he used Willings Commission, they used their boundary commission to cut us into pieces. When I was at Government College, my alma mater, we went to the same school. We are one people. But sometimes we allow minor things to get into our way of reasoning. We allow meaningless inferiority complex to overtake us. I am from, so to say, Abia State today. But I don't think there is any Anambra man or woman who doesn't believe in my leadership. But many years ago, people would say, oh, if you're not from Anambra, nobody will follow you. Only them wants to do. That is all rubbish. I don't believe in it. Obibo is nothing. If relocating the whole people in Obibo to another land to make our people become part of Biafra, then so be it. All the things are meaningless. We all want to be free. to grow our economy, to live in a land we're all going to be very proud of. I said it during my brief broadcast a while ago. Anytime that somebody tells you an Igbo man wants to suppress you, that person is your enemy. We believe in autonomous community. I'm not saying they are not horrible. Of course, there are horrible people. People have come out to say before, only Anambra can rule. Is this stopping us from doing what we are doing? People are bound to have their own opinion. And the fate of Ogoni people within Biafra is very simple. If Ogoni wants to exist as a separate entity on their own, they're more than welcome to do so. If they want to look for their people, their flesh and blood, then they're more than welcome to do so. But everybody is going to be free in Biafra. We are going to take freedom to the grassroots. Languages will be preserved, everything. Nobody. I have said before, we are going to have independent nations within Biafra. Because I want to speak Igbo language. I don't want anybody to, I don't want to force anyone to speak Igbo. I mean, I love Ibibio language. I don't want anybody I don't want Ibibio language to go into extinction. I don't want Ogoni language to go into extinction. I want all these languages to be respected. I want their culture to be respected. We are going to build something unique that will astonish the white man. The white man came to try to make us, mold an identity for us. And that is very, very wrong. I do not disparage the Ogoni, and I actually went to see Mite. I think that's one of them, the one that survived. I went to his office to see him in the year 1998. His office used to be around Niger Street. Me, myself, I went there to see him face to face personally, to preach to him what I'm preaching to you today. Mite, his name is Mite, the lawyer. He knows me. I went to see him, and we're communicating for very many years until we lost communication. The only guarantee you need in Biafra is the Constitution of Biafra. And in that very Constitution, the right of every individual and clan, should they wish to go the separate ways, is enshrined. In our new Constitution of Biafra, anybody who wants to leave Biafra and be on their own is more than welcome to do so. Every nationality within Biafra will have their own national anthem and their own flag. Their own identity will be respected. Our police are not going to carry any guns. The army cannot invade anywhere on somebody's authority. So we're not going to run a totalitarian state. So nobody has anything to be afraid of. I respect Ken Saro-Wiwa. I respect what he fought for in the end. All I tried to point out and to fault was the beginning. If we were together as one family, do you think we would have killed him? Of course not. That is why division is not good, especially within a family. The reason why I don't want Nigeria to stand is because we are not one people. You must understand this. We are not the same people. I want everybody to be on their own. And as for what I want to, when I talk about cancer, I want to teach, I want to lecture our people that the only person who can defend you is your brother. And this is what I wanted to preach on that very day. You came to my house, arrangements were made for me to go to Ogoniland, but it wasn't possible because I was attacked on my way to Ogoniland. If not, I will come before the elders to preach something that I'm preaching to you now. We have to be one. When we go and get freedom, then we can go our separate ways if we want. But to tell me that an Igbo man will travel from Igbo land and go to Ogoniland to tell them what to do when Biafra comes is rubbish. Bunkum. Cannot happen. I won't allow it. An Igbo man cannot go to Igede. If Igede wants to be on their own, they be on their own. Nobody can force anybody to do anything. All these things will be in our constitution. And everybody will get the right to vote according to clan. Every clan will vote to join. If Ogoni votes and says they don't want to join Biafra, I wish them all the best with Fulani Janjaweed. But if they come with Biafra, I know the type of future that awaits them. Thank you very much.
So yeah,
thank you, sir.
We are going to take another question from our comrade Marlin. Please, Comrade Marlin, you can ask your question. Thank you very much.
Good evening, my director, able leader. May the Lord guide you to the end of the struggle. And may He strengthen all the people involved to the end of the struggle in achieving the Biafran Confederate Republic. I am Comrade Marlin Tubobwe by Nimorio, shortly called Tubo Nimorio, a Nembe man from Nembe local government, Bayelsa State. That southeast Biafra territory, from where the name Biafra was introduced by the king of Nembe, who discussed it with Ojukwu before he gathered the Zon elders, and they asked Francis Franco Pigo to officially drop the name Biafra in the Eastern Traditional Consultative Assembly meeting. So I am rightly from the source soil. Mingiten of Nembe was the king that first discussed the name Biafra with Ojukwu, even though it was given to the territory from Ghana to Senegal and other areas by the Portuguese. Now, having said so, I also visited our director on the 8th of August 2017 before he was attacked on the 14th of September. I want to thank you for all that you have done. Now, my question. I observed that something is going wrong in Bayelsa State, not with the coordinator, but the volunteer side of Bayelsa. The the commander of the volunteer in Bayelsa State is said to be Baratwai Pre Onfre Charles from Nembe and Tuon in Brass local government.
Sorry, please. I think we lost him. The moderators to go ahead and bring in another person so that we can have fresh people, because we still have a lot of people backstage who are waiting. We have some of our kings who asked to be brought in due to technical issues. They said they would like to come in through normal call. So because some of our elders are not digital, so I think that would be a best option.
Okay, Asao, could you possibly bring in one of the traditional rulers so they could ask their question?
I think Comrade Merlin is back. Please, Comrade Merlin.
So they actually don't hear me. It's like they didn't hear me well.
We can hear you. We can hear you, Asao. Please, you can continue with your question. You have 2 minutes.
Like, we are not hearing.
Can you hear me now?
We are not hearing.
Asao Marlin, can you hear me now? Okay, Asao Eagle, can we have somebody else? You could maybe he could go out and come back in, because I think his network is quite poor.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly, sir. Go ahead.
Elder Abba, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. We hear you.
Abba speaking.
Okay, can I go on?
Uncle.
Can Elder Abba go on?
I have His Highness here. I have His Royal Highness here. Please, sir, introduce yourself and go ahead with your questions. But you have 3 minutes, sir.
Our leader, Biafra, and what is the guarantee of the safety of the Savannah? That is my question. my contribution with the Southerners in those South need security, adequate security.
You know anything about?
Policing need security equipment to work effectively, like patrol van and arms and ammunition to secure the land of Biafra. Thank you.
Hope my leader, you can hear the question very well.
I can hear the question. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Oh, very good, very good. Because the video is frozen. His Royal Highness, I am humbled, sir, because of your position, your eminence. You abandoned all of that to come to speak to us, and I'm very grateful to you, sir. Very grateful to you. I'm humbled to be talking to you. We are going to secure everywhere in Biafra land once we get enough people from that locality. You know that because of what the enemies planted within us for many, many years ago, if we move in ESN made up of predominantly Igbo officers with arms and ammunition into a particular area, they will say we have come to take them over. Punch newspaper will write the next day, or Nation, that we have come to take over a place. There are Igbos running around here. So that is why we need local people. Once they are up to 50, only 50 local people, that will then enable us to come in to be able to provide every logistics, because all we are trying to provide is backup, but the bulk of the work is going to be done by the local people. So once we have local people, we'll move men and material into that very area to secure it, and we'll drive the Fulanis away. It's what we've been doing, and we'll continue to do it. We don't want to leave any part of Biafra, but we need local people. I'm very glad that you, as a traditional ruler, is making this request or saying this, because we don't want to leave any part of Biafra land for these people to control. As I said before, which I'll keep repeating until the distinction, is that what we are fighting for is freedom for everybody, not for one person to lord it over another person. And our constitution, the constitution of Biafra, which will be the best in the whole world, will make it very clear. The rights and the freedoms to be enjoyed by every citizen and every nationality must be protected. I said must be protected. So we intend to start implementing that now. Give us local people, and we'll move men and materials into the area. Thank you very much, sir.
Imete, my lord, before we take you off the screen, I wanted to drop one more question. This is from the people of the grassroots. They have dropped in their questions, the ones that couldn't make it to this meeting. One of such questions is thrown to you, sir, that what kind of government will Biafra adopt? What kind of government will we run in the sovereign nation of Biafra? Thank you very much, Soye.
Mrs. Kuchena, please, is my leader having any issues?
Yes, I'm trying to contact him. Give me 1 second. Let me see.
Okay, my leader is back again, please. Take the questions and
repeat the question, yes.
So the question goes like this. What kind of government will Biafra adopt? What system of government will the Biafran nation adopt?
It is going to be called the Biafran system, and it's very unique. Because we come from where our father comes from, we are going to design a nation that respects the boundaries and traditions of old. In a modern, the modern equivalent will be a mixture. Please, people should write this down. It's a mixture of
what you have today in the United Arab Emirates and also in Switzerland. Mix the two together. You can now begin to have an idea of what we mean. Now, if you go to the UAE, you hear about the United Arab Emirates, but Dubai is there. Do you understand? Dubai is there. Which other one again is a place? Somebody should help me. Which other country again is part of UAE?
Wider is umbrella.
Qatar.
Is Qatar? Yeah, thank you very much, Qatar. And there's also another one, the one that has Etihad Airlines. What's the name? Doha. Doha. Thank you. There is Doha. There is Qatar. There is Dubai, and all the rest of them. They came together to answer United Arab Emirates. Qatar cannot stop Dubai from doing what they're doing. Dubai cannot stop Doha from doing what they're doing. In fact, they have so much competition that the three best airlines in the world are from the UAE, namely Emirates, Etihad, and Qatar. That is the type of nation that I want, where people are free on their own with their unique identity, but together we have one common purpose: to defend those ideals and traditions. So if you want to know what Biafra is going to be like, look at UAE and look at Switzerland. But the only difference is that no army, no, you will not. Some people will live and die. They won't see the Biafran army, a soldier from the Biafran army. Police will not carry any guns. So the Prime Minister of Biafra cannot send somebody and say, oh, go to Ogoni village and conquer them. You cannot even send the army to do anything without the. In fact, you can't even try. So we are going to have something very unique, a unique blend of what you have in UAE and what you have in Switzerland. And freedom. Freedom is the watchword, freedom.
Thank you very, very much, my lord, for that answer. I believe my comrade Idudu Oviemuna also has a question for you from the grassroots. So we are going to quickly take that before we take the next question from a participant here. Over to you, Idudu Oviemuna.
Yeah, thank you very much. My leader, I have a question for you, although the question is not coming from me. It's from the grassroots people who happen not to be present, but they want their question to be answered. The question is this. Which, of course, you have answered in so many of your programs before, but at least I want you to repeat it again. The question goes this way. Will you be president of Biafra? If you are not the president of Biafra, how will you be sure the Biafra government will not drift away from your vision of Biafra? Thank you very, very much, my leader.
Thank you, Lord. I will not be, because the same God, Almighty in heaven, has been leading us so far. There are people like you. Some of you are very bright and brilliant. I don't care if you're 18 years of age, if you're 19. Some of you have talents that you don't even know that you have. I don't care how young you are. You know, the only thing I have is the ceiling on age. I'm not against very elderly people, because we all be old one day. But all of you have unique talent, and all of you are more than capable. If you can fight the zoo, if you can stop if with the limited resources you have, you can fight the zoo to a standstill, I see no reason why any of you here gathered today cannot be the president or prime minister of Biafra. My job is to restore Biafra. Then how it is run is up to you people to make it happen. I won't be. They will put in the guideline and the constitution and everything will be in place, not to allow you to misbehave. But you will get all the support that you need. Thank you.
Yeah, we go to take another question from one of the comrades in the screen. So, Onajite, please, probably you have to make the screen a little bit neutral so we can pick up the name as a hand over to Comrade Samuel Tony. Thank you very much.
Yes, we could take our comrade A.B. Jacob, Mr. A.B. Jacob. Mr. A.B. Jacob, can you ask your question?
Yes. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Mr. A.B. Jacob. I am an IPOB family member based in London, the United Kingdom. I am a Biafran Ijaw. I'd like to welcome you, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And here is a great opportunity to discuss with you, have you on this forum for the first time. You're welcome, sir. Here is what I have to say. As you've rightly acknowledged from the onset, in most of your speeches, you allude to the fact that Biafra land encompasses a far wider family unit, more than people had hitherto understood, as a limited perception of Biafra being for the Igbos alone. In fact, you've on various occasions acknowledged our common cultural, historical, and ancestral ties. Now that, and besides, you've done so much to sensitize the people in that light and to bring us to the fore of this reality facing us today, that we are not only one family, but also we are people united in a common struggle. Now, given the existential threat we face today, in the light of the onslaught by Fulani headsmen, it is right to say that this threat not only affects the Igbos, but also affects what you have rightly described as the wider Biafran family. So in a nutshell, we have the Ijaws, we have those from other parts of Isoko land, Orobo land, and so on and so forth, who are also not only oath-taking members, but equally people who are contributing their dues to the Biafran cause. My question is this, and it is more or less a revisit to what has been asked previously, but it's just that it is in a slightly different context. Isn't it high time, our leader, that you extend by implication and taking into account the fact that this security threat has spread to the coastal regions? Isn't it time that you also extend the services of ESN to these coastal parts of Biafra land? There's no gainsaying, if I put that in context. There is no gainsaying. People pay money, their monthly dues. Yet, the issue of extending security to them is suspended simply on grounds that they don't have enough men in ESN. How would you address this question?
Thank you very much, Ebi. And after this conversation, I want the details. We'll continue this conversation later. We are going to send ESN to every part of Biafra land. But even if you're sending a force into an area, we need to be received. We need people on the ground to receive ESN in their domain. We don't want to be fighting the Fulani Janjaweed and also fighting ourselves as well, because the traditional ruler will say, oh, who invited them, who asked them to come? So the fact of the matter remains, I know that there are Biafrans in all over the world paying their dues. Every part of Biafra land is in IPAB. I know that for sure. And nothing will give me greater happiness than to have ESN operating. We have our volunteer command in Bayelsa State, for instance. Bayelsa Command can extend men and material to where help is needed. To be honest with you, why that is not happening is what I'm going to investigate after this very conversation this evening. But what you need to bear in mind is that wherever, the reason why I said we must continue this conversation after this, if you tell me where there are, basically the assignment I'm giving all of us here gathered is this: get all the names of out in all the areas that the Fulanis are in that needs to be flushed out. At least I can talk to them and say to them, we are coming. So that we don't take them by surprise. I don't know if that answers the question. We want to be everywhere. We have command everywhere. We have men under arms everywhere. So it's just to deploy them to the area to start working. And I will make sure that from tomorrow, we begin to do that. All I need are the names of the paramount rulers so I can get their permission to say we are coming in and we are coming in to grab these people away and nothing more, nothing less. It is not about Biafra at this stage because before Biafra will come, there'll be a referendum. Everybody will be asked. If you're Isoko, we ask you, do you want Isoko to be part of Biafra? Do you want Ogoni to be part of Biafra? Do you want Izon to be part of Biafra? Do you want Efik to be part of Biafra? Ibibo to be part of... We must ask all these questions. So if Joe doesn't want to be part of Biafra, oh, well and good, but for now, we must drive away the Fulani Janja. Would I agree with you? There are Biafrans from cities in IOP family all over the world, and we are going to prevail. Get me the names of the paramount leaders and movement in
Anambra. Just 1 point, sir. Can I say something?
Of course you may, yes.
Yes. I must give you not only my unalloyed support. In fact, I belong to the IPOB Lewisham family in London.
Lewisham, okay.
Lewisham family, yes. Okenwachugo Biayon is my coordinator. He's a very lovely man. They received me very well. I am their secretary, and they are treating me very well. I'm very happy with IPOB. What I just mentioned is not your fault at all. It is not easy when you are at the helm of affairs and some people are not doing what they are supposed to do. You've done your best, and I'm very proud of you. Unfortunately so, some people are using their, their status using their status wrongly. In other words, they don't bring information to you. It's not your fault. I'll give a very good example. During the COVID crisis, you were very, very instrumental in extending your services to every part of Biafra land. Everybody knows this. So if it comes to ESN, we all know you will not mince words. You will not refrain from helping us with the required support. I will do as you said. I will go and make a gathering of as much information as I can, see areas where in parts of the coastal region where there are problems with the Fulanis and where we need ESN support.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do my
very
best.
Much.
Yes.
Please,
Yes.
Uchenna, can you get Ebi's details, please? Details and all the rest of it.
Yes.
We'll still continue. But before then, I have a caller here, and I have one of the representative here. Please, what is your name? Tell the world your name, and quickly ask your question. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure. My name is Ajuruchi Ogonda Irunwo. I am from a town called Rumokrosi. Rumokrosi is in Obiabo local government area of Iguacha State. I am from Iguacha State. I am not from River State because Iguacha is the name. My honor, that's what I used to call you, and I was going to call you because I have gone far. Last question. The first question is this. The great people are in Huraha, the name is Huraha. I now know who I am and where I come from. The question is, they are particular people, property. There are evil brothers who talk so much that because of the target of property. Please, my able leader, without looking, I put you to elaborate and state the correlation. That is one. Two, They are telling me or saying that the Igbos will chase them out from their land if eventually Biafra emerges. They also want to know what's up with this question, because I know this program will not, and I have a lot to unleash. Thank you, my able director.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The line was very faint for me here. Can somebody please kindly tell me what Chinda was saying? Summarize it for me so I can hear it, please. The moderator, one of the moderators, can you summarize for me?
Okay, thank you very much, sir. What he was saying is that the Ikwere people are afraid that if Biafra should come, that the Igbo, of course we all are Igbo, that the Igbo we chase them out of the land due to you know what happened during the war. That the people, the main owner of the land was chased out, whereby the Ikwere people took over all the properties. So the question of my brother here is the fear of the Ikwere people, and according to him, the question that came from the palace, that the fear of the Ikwere people was that they will be chased out of their land for their Igbo brothers to take over.
The same fear that the brothers of Joseph had when there was famine in Israel and they went to Egypt, where Joseph became a governor and was doing very well. Did that work out that way? Of course not. We are one blood, one family. There is, people have all these appendages. Ogoni, it's on all these names. People, I can trace their ancestry. I know where you come from. I know the family where you come from. It's not somebody telling me he's from Asaba and he's a Niger Delta from Asaba, which is used to be Ahaba. That is the name. We forgive ourselves every blessed day. Everybody made mistakes during that very war. Even before the war, mistakes were made from all sides. We are all responsible for what happened. Are we going to dwell on it forever and ever? Of course not. From the Constitution of Biafra, it will be spelled out very, very clearly. It was my intention before, and still remains, that if Guacha should be, of course, now Igoromiko is making a very big argument for it, should be the capital of Biafra. We will be so busy building and rebuilding. What are the houses we have in Guacha? Have you not seen how Hong Kong is built? Go and get a picture of Singapore and see it. That is the type of, are you telling me that we are fighting and dying every day? So to have another useless African country in Biafra, God forbid. We are going to build beautiful houses. There will be no time. We are going to be so busy working, there will be no time for even anybody to think about revenge. What's to be revenge? We have made mistakes during the war. Are we dead? They killed us 5 million, yet we went to the north. Some people still marry Fulani people, but they are the ones that killed 5 million of us. What did some people from Ukraine land take? It's only house. How about those that took life? Please, we are one people. And in a new Biafra, from our constitution, you will know there will be no room or space for any of this nonsense. Because, as I told you, go and look at the United Arab Emirates model. You cannot go from Dubai to go to Doha and tell them what to do unless you have somebody from Doha inviting you. Before you go to Ogoniland to invest, in fact, you must have a representative who is Ogoni that owns part of that business as they're doing today in Dubai. That's what they do. We know what we are doing. There'll be no room or space for that. Heaven forbid. Because we are all one people. Ikwere is Igbo. I can tell you where you come from if you're lost. I know where Ogoni comes from. Ken Sarawi is Wiwa. That is the, forget about all these useless discussions.
Let me tell him now.
We are one people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my
text me his name.
We also have a question from His Royal Majesty, God's will, God's power, Okoromo, the Tara of Eza Kerem Biri is asking a very simple question here. where it says with Biafra speak one language like Igbo language, or will they continue they continue speaking the slave language, English?
In Biafra land, we are going to every parliament. Let me repeat. People should listen to me very carefully, please. Every nationality. I will give example with Ogoni, for instance, because or Ijo will have Ijo parliament. Ijo will have Ijo premier. It is up to Ijo people to decide which language the legislature will use. For the purposes of running a viable new nation, we'll use English for the first few years. But we have in CBD. We are going to refer, this is something that people don't know, that before the white man came, many years, even before Britain was formed, we had our own language. We had our own way of writing. It's called in CBD. It united the whole of Biafra together. One language, go and investigate it. It came from a Jagan people of present-day Cross River State. The same people, the same family that you have Arochukwu, you have Abreba, you have Ohafia, you have Item. In fact, the entire band. The same people, the same language, the same code of writing. We'll go back to go and develop it. And then we are going to appoint top linguists from all the clans and nations of Biafra land. We'll lock them up somewhere for 10 years to produce a lingua franca. We'll then start teaching our children. The same thing that Israel did. The Hebrew you're hearing today is a modern construct. It is not as old as Israel. So this is something we must understand. Everybody, nobody can force anybody. I can't even, if I speak Ibeku dialect now, I can assure you that somebody from Isukwato cannot understand what I'm saying. And we want it to be like that. We want to respect that diversity. We must have Ogoni language. We must have any of the language from Isoko language will be there. Isekiri language will be there. It is not going to change. But in terms of lingua franca, and let me tell you, if our children are raised to speak up to 3 languages, it makes them more intelligent. They will learn the local dialects, regardless of where they come from. If they are from Bini, they will learn from economic, they will learn Bini language. They will also learn the overall Biafran language that will emerge after 10 years, which will comprise of the language of everybody's language will be in it, this lingua franca. And finally, they will learn English language that will then use to get us there, because the whole world, or should I say, the civilized world speaks English. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my leader. Quickly, before the mic will be passed back to the moderator, we quickly want us to quickly welcome Elder Pereke. Please, Elder, can you unmute yourself, sir? Elder, can you hear me? Okay, let me quickly go back to my moderators. Please bring in other people.
Imete Asawo, I would like to bring in the next speaker. I believe Mr. Julius. Mr. Julius, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Thank you very much.
Greeting all over the world. My question is, what is the guarantee of the Biafran and the guarantee of the safety of the Biafrans? The safety of the Biafrans. That is my question.
Safety in which aspect, please? Yeah. Julius, please, I would like you to make it very, clear, so that our leader will know where to handle your question. What are the guarantee of the safety of the Biafrans? In which aspect?
Hello, what I'm asking, if the Biafran comes, the safety of the people is what I'm asking for, because for now, the Northerners, it's like they are taking over everywhere. Then when people have that interest of say this thing will come, what is their guarantee?
I'm here, please go ahead.
Yeah, my leader, according to the question of Elder Julius Chukwuyem, he was asking that what will be the safety, or should I say, what is the assurance for Biafra safety? Because right now, the Fulani have taken over almost angle in Biafra land. That what is our safety as we speak?
Is he having doubts that Biafra may not come as a result of the presence of Fulani terrorists in our forests?
Sorry, sir, if I may quickly add this, because I have a very similar question from His Royal Majesty, Akpabio. So I am having a question similar to that, and the fear was that some people are still afraid that maybe Biafra is not going to make it, or that is exactly what this Royal Majesty is saying. And in his question, he also asked, they want the presence of the representative of IPOB to come to his kingdom, that they have strong and agile youth, both men and women, who are ready to die for the freedom of their people.
Then you speak to, I'm sure His Royal Majesty is listening to me. Pass the details of His Royal Majesty to my secretary, and I will make such arrangements. I don't want anybody to have any doubt. The reason why Biafra is not here is because we are not united. If Ibibio, Efik, everybody from Ogoja all the way to Kalabari, we have to be together. How can Fulani stop us? We are the ones holding ourselves. We are the ones stopping ourselves from becoming free. Once we are united, they can't do anything. But we start this process, somebody goes, collects money from the back, goes behind the village, gets a snap for them, goes to newspaper and starts to talk anyhow. And then the whole thing collapses. If we are united, nobody can stop. Nobody can. We don't even need to wait for up to 4 weeks. Can you imagine if we're all united from Igodomi all the way to Bakassi? Who will stop us? Who is the person that will stop us? No force on us. So we are the ones holding ourselves. And Biafra is going to come. And I'm going to send people high-level emissary to His Royal Majesty so that we can take it on from there. But Biafra is coming. It doesn't matter what we do. God has ordained it and it is coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my leader. Thank you very much. I think I should quickly pass that to my co-moderators. Please take the mic.
Imiate Asawo for taking that question from His Royal Highness. I'd like to call on Mr. Tenny to give his own question so we can get this along, because there are other grassroots questions that we need to ask. So Mr. Tenny, can you unmute yourself and ask your own question? Thank you very much.
Sorry, I think Mr. Tenny just left. The network from the zoo is very disturbing. So
as we all know, sir,
they are complaining. Some cannot even log into the app. So it is and this very app is a very simple one whereby it don't disturb concerning network. So I believe the network is very disturbing. So I would rather say let us go to Comrade Onyedike. Please let Comrade Onyedike take the mic before the other people comes in.
Okay, Comrade Onyedike, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Thank you very much, sir. Asawa, if Mr. Ogunda is not with us, we can move our head to the
You
grassroots
can write the question.
questions.
You can write the question as a text.
Yes, or he can write down the question in a private chat and we can get this out. I would like to take the next question. This is, I believe, is from the Ikwere part. They said, will Ikwere and Anioma be part of the Allied nation if in Biafra, or will they be their own separate states? My leader, so yeah, this is to you. Will Ikwere and Anioma be part of the Allied nation in Biafra, or will they be their own separate states? Imete Soye.
It is something that they right now they'll be separate, and then it's for their legislature to decide what they do after that. The people will decide if they want to be part of the wider Igbo family, Igbo nation, or if they want to be alone. But what I find anyway, we have crossed that. The referendum will be done on the basis of Anioma. We'll treat Anioma as a separate entity. Equally the same thing. Then they decide for themselves what they want to do. We don't want to have anybody accuse anybody of visibly, inducting them into something they're not aware of. Because Biafra is going to be a land of democracy. Oh, yeah. We are going to ask Equatorial people: do you want to be part? Do you want to be on your own? Do you want to be part of Igbo nation? Yes or no? Simple. And Nioma the same thing, yes or no? And then the majority will carry the vote. What do I want? I want all Igbo people to be together. All Ijaw people to be together. In fact, I want Efik and Ibibia, because they're the same people, to be one. I will prefer a situation whereby Igede and the Idoma are one. If they want to be separate, fine. If they want to be one, fine. Nobody's forcing anybody. But for the purposes of our referendum, and Nioma will be treated as a separate entity. So also will Ikwere. Then they decide where they want to belong. If they want to be a separate nation, wonderful. They want to be part of the Igbo nation, also wonderful.
So one more question before I bring in our brother Tenny. This is also from the grassroots. It's about our choice, or rather, can I say the choice for using Ejema as the currency. So the grassroots, they are curious as to why Ejema as the currency for Biafra.
Ejema is the currency because that was the currency of Biafra, used everywhere. If you go to, I think it's either Akwa Ibom or Cross River, Akwa Ibom. If you go to the logo of Akwa Ibom State, you will see Ejema there. So it was used widely. It's not an Igbo currency. It is a Biafran currency. And as I've said before, and I'll have this debate with anybody, anywhere, any day, everybody in the current East and their so-called Midwest are all Igbo people. I can prove it to you with facts and figures. The thing is that the Fulanis did a lot of work on us. I don't know, it was started by the British. And because the Igbo people never wanted any conquest of anywhere. The reason why Yoruba is one was because the people of Oyo left Oyo and conquered the Ijebu people, conquered Alajes that made them speak one language on Yoruba. In the north, the Hausas conquered other people to make them speak Hausa language. The reason why we're having this debate in the East is because the Igbo people never actually conquered anybody. And I find it quite funny that those that went on conquest and conquered other people are saying to people who did not conquer anybody that they are the ones who are domineering. It's just like that bombing Olu when bandits are in Zamfara. It's exactly the same thing. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Ejema was used across the entire East because we are one people. The people you have today in Izon, in Ijoland, are people that came from Arochukwu. Everybody is the same. And I keep saying to people, why don't we read? Why don't we just go to the library and Google something and start reading a book? Go and read a book. When the white man came, a white man could not distinguish between an Igbo man and an Ibibio man. Could not distinguish between an Igbo man and somebody from Anang. If you go to Google now, you write in Ibibio, the first two things you will see is Igbo, related to Igbo. You put in a job language, you put in a job in Google now, do it, it's a simple experiment. The next thing you will see a job related to Igbo. Yet we keep having this debate because
the Fulanis have conditioned us to hate ourselves. And that is why we are all suffering. And it must come to an end. Thank you.
Imiete Soyi for that brilliant answer. I would like to bring in Mr. Tenny. Mr. Tenny, please, can you come in and ask your question? You've got 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Omamadi K1, our great leader, I'm very happy to be in this forum. I'm from Okwani in Delta State. My name is Onya Ogochukwu. I'm from a native of Ashaka and Abe combined together in the same Okwani and Ndukwa.
Can you ask your question?
Yes. But before I go straight, because I have to introduce myself because my question goes by my clan. Because we the Okwani people, I'm a coordinator here in France. We the Okwani people, I used to speak to many of my people there, many of the union. Why are you people not supporting the Biafran struggle? I know we have a lot of people, but we still need a lot of the grassroots. But they always tell me one thing, that in Biafran map, we don't have Okwani as a clan or as a state or anything there. All what they have is Agbo, and they have Ugale, and we don't have anything Okwani. So how can we leave Nigeria and go to Biafra when our identity will be lost? I tell them that no, with Biafra, we can still represent our own nationality, which is Okwani people. Now they turn it to Kwale, but we are Okwani. That is my question, our supreme leader.
Thank you, Mr. Tenny. I'm sure our leader will answer your question in a moment.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, I said that Okwani is just like somebody saying that Ungwa is a nation. This is a clan. Okwani is a clan. The maps you are seeing are the maps of provincial district headquarters, like Asaba, like Harbor. Even if you're flying on it's a good thing you're in France. Even if you're flying on a jet plane, and you see the map come up on the screen, they only put the names of places they feel that people know that are very prominent, say administrative headquarters, where people are used to. It doesn't disregard any other place. Ukwan is a clan. It is not a nation. And in this new Biafra, as I said before, everybody has a representation. Are people having fun in Nigeria? Why would even anybody, I would say, give me anything else apart from Nigeria if I'm a human being? Why would even anybody come, Fulani and your villages killing you, massacring you, taking your land, and you're still even contemplating if you are to leave that hopeless zoo or not? I find it shocking. Our people, they astonish me sometimes. Go and tell Ukwane people, not Kwale, not Ibusa. It is Igbo Binozo. Igbo Binozo. Igbo Uzo. Igbo Binozo. Ukwane. Ukuane. Not Kwale. All Igbo. I don't know. We are the only people that hate ourselves. I don't know what is wrong with us. I have no idea. I don't know who did this thing. I don't know the type of concoction Fulani mixed up and gave to us. I don't know. If by separating yourself from your people, how can you survive as a race? How can you survive? I'm asking you. The same thing, the same mistake will be made. Remove yourself from Biafra. When they came for cancer, nobody said anything, and he was killed. Divide and rule. Why must we? It's only us that allow ourselves to be divided by outsiders. Can you from Ukwane go to Fulani and divide them? What is wrong with us?
Oh dear me. Please, the next question.
Yeah, we move to the next question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We have Comrade Mabo in the house. Please I'm going to give him the mic to speak and introduce himself while we wait for our leader.
Maybe probably to remove.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Adam, you can go ahead.
Okay, I'm just joining you guys now, but I was waiting for my brother Onajiti to before he said it's 8 o'clock. That was the time they are going to start the program. But I was waiting before and later before he now said I should come alive. So it is good that I will still be at the queue. Let you guys are discussing before I will contribute whatever thing I have to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, but we're hoping that because this is your spot. So if you've got any question, our leader is right here with us. Any concerns at all, you can ask so that he can answer you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. For me, first of all, my name is Comrade Adam Ogomugomabo. I'm the chairman of Niger Youth Council, IYC, Abuja. I think the question I could have asked, let me hear from the discussion and let me also know the topic we are discussing about. That can also prompt me to ask questions because I just come in, I don't know what they are discussing for now. So that's why I said, let me still be on the queue to listen carefully about the discussion before I can contribute and also ask my question. Thank you.
I'm here. Don't go anywhere. Ask your question. I'm here. The line was disturbing. Go ahead.
I believe.
Comrade, my boy, you can go ahead and ask your question. There's no.
Ask your question. I'm here. The line is disturbing a bit. Go ahead.
The question your people are asking the leadership of IPOB, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and as you can see, he's here with us. So please, what are the questions or what are the things you have in mind to ask concerning Biafra resurrection?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I want to commend the people of Biafra for the agitation. And like my brother Onajiti, who always knows about me, that we always say that we are not part of Biafra. And whenever we say we are not part of Biafra, we have a reason. But sometimes, because everybody have right for his or her own opinion based on the reason where you understand to. And I believe, thank God that our brother Nnamdi Kanu is here. The question I want to ask is that this.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So now, we, some people like us, we believe in Ijaw Nation and Niger Delta. And the contradiction there is some might say they are Biafra, some might say they are Niger Delta. But when you look at all, we still belong to the same South geopolitical zone and Southeast geopolitical zone and the Southwest geopolitical zone. The question I want to ask my brother is that when you talk about Biafra, and I listened to my brother and our brother also, Asari Dokubo, when issues between them were going on about this Biafra. Because in every agitation, there are leaders. And leaders also cut across from different ethnic nationality. And we also know that we have the Southeast, we have the South-South. Me, I'm from the South-South, precisely from Delta State. And Ijaw by tribe. And the question I want to ask is that the Biafra, which is always sound Bia and Fra, this is where some issues come about. Where does this connotation come from? And who are the people behind this Biafra? That is the first question I want to first ask before I ask other question again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. you said you're South, so you accept the tag of being from South and Niger Delta. Two names that have no meaning. There is nowhere in this world, in any geography textbook, where you can see South. There is a river called River Nile that runs into the Mediterranean Sea in Alexandria in Egypt. That place is called the Delta region of the Nile. The Mississippi River also has a delta. So what I'm trying to get across to you, my dear brother, is that the name Delta has no meaning. It is only a name answered by people who are not sure of who they are, people who are confused. And the Izon nation is not a confused nation. If you say Izon nation, I will listen to you. If you say Ijo nation, I would listen to you. But that concoction of South or Niger Delta doesn't work with me, because only people who are not sure of who they are will answer Niger Delta or South, because South doesn't exist. It was a mere concoction by Dr. Alex Ekweme, which they agreed to. So why don't you have North? Where is West or East? You and I have more in common than a Fulani man and a Hausa man living in Sokoto. But I give it to you. You want to be alone. You want to divide. I concede. I'm a Democrat. I don't care where people want to stay. But coming to your question, the man that should have answered this question is an Ijo man, Frank Opigo. And when he came up with the name Biafra, people were confused. But God did one thing that was miraculous. Ojukwu did not argue with the name. The name came from an Ijo man, which means that Ijo wants Biafra more than anybody else. But I'll tell you where the name comes from, and I'll give you 3 names. And I want you to bear one thing in mind. I'm from a place called Afara. Afara. If you put B-I in front of it, which means come, it becomes Biafra. Afra means the land of the people who we are joined together. If you go through your history books from the beginning, I researched, I went back to the beginning. I don't start from the middle. We are called Biafra, denoting our march through the Afar region of Ethiopia for the final wave that came. Those that settled around a place called Ethiop River. That's how the name came about. You have Ethiop River. Even in Delta State, the deepest river in West Africa is in the Niger of Africa. Our name was forced to be. People still talk about Portuguese. I said they don't know what I'm talking about. Biafra, and they shortened to Biafra. All the maps have all these names. And this Biafra used to be a kingdom under God, Almighty in heaven, not by man, by God in heaven. And when I was preaching this afternoon, I said to you people, there are some things about Biafra that people don't know. The white man knows about you more than you know yourself. That is why the white man doesn't want Biafra to come. It means come and join. Biafra means come and join. That is our name, not given to us by the Portuguese. Because if you look at the history of Biafra, the first name was Biafra. Second name was Biafra. Some called it Biafra, yes. And then lastly, it was Biafra. Go and check it very well. And I will conclude by referring you to the scriptures, the Bible, where it was said that my daughters from across the rivers of Ethiopia will bring gifts to my temple. So says the Lord of hosts. And if you go to the map of, I think it was 1368, it is there. Biafra, the very first map, to recognize our sojourn through the Afar region of Ethiopia. And then the same God that we worship said, you will come from beyond. He did not say inside Ethiopia. They will come from beyond Ethiopia to come to worship me. And that is the land of Biafra. Geographically, politically, spiritually, we know what we're talking about. It's only those who are blind in the spirit who cannot see it. And I've led, no wonder Facebook shut down my old account. You could have go there. It was laid out in black and white so that you can see the journey is taken. Only Ijo people we are educated enough to know what our name was. Ijo, the same place you come from. If your ancestors, your forefathers, they are telling you you're from Biafra,
Who are you to say you're from Niger Delta? What is your proof? And I've already proven to you that Niger Delta, my dear brother, has no name. Niger means nigger, black, awful, absurd, ridiculous. In French, it's called Niger. In Latin, it's called nigger. You're telling me you're from Niger Delta. That is very shameful indeed. But I'm sure, and I do hope, that you will go back and do your research and come up with a far more credible name. And I repeat, again and again and again, a John nation came from Arochukwu. Ask Ankyo Briggs. Ask Asari Dokobo. Ask them. Asari Dokobo, do you have Arochukwu blood inside you or not? Ankyo Briggs, do you have Arochukwu blood in you or not? And I'll go a little bit further. People don't know history because Fulani came and confused all of us, beaten before them. There is a place called Omuadolu in Ikwere land. Omuadaolu, the only place where a land is named after a woman. Land in Igbo nomenclature can never be named after a woman. Do you know why they were called Omuadolu? She was the only survivor when they stopped slave trade. She founded that very community. Now you understand, we have our history, we have all the facts intact. It's only that people don't want to learn because of what the same way that Fulani deceived the Yoruba people is what some of you are falling for today. Fulani have been deceiving you from time you don't want to learn. They deceive you, you don't want to learn. Now they have brought Janjaweed to your village. Omuadolu, for your information. These are the things that people do not understand about our history, who we are. We are one people. I said one people, not two, not three, not four. One. And all the days of my life, I will preach why I am related to you by blood, not by religion, not by conquest. I said by blood, by DNA. And that's what we're fighting for. Not fighting for it so that we can be one and one monolithic Biafra. No. You be on your own, I'll be on my own. As Lot and Abraham did. Be on your own, I'll be on my own. But I'm telling you that together we can stop the Fulani from coming to take our land. Divided, they can do whatever they like. That is why Ogoni hasn't been cleaned up. That is why they can kill cancer and get away with it. Because we are divided. The sooner we reason, the better for all of us. Thank you very much, my dear brother.
Yeah, I was thinking the brother Ugomugo, if I'm right, sorry if I didn't pronounce it very well. I thought he has two questions. So I thought maybe he should finish the second one if I'm right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I want to thank our brother Nnamdi Kanu. The last statement he made that so pleased my heart is that he said, everybody will be on their own. And I love that statement. And if everybody will be on their own, some persons observe this Biafra struggle as specifically as an Igbo struggle. Let me say to you guys. Some people view it as an Igbo struggle. Most especially because he said the name was first connected by Ijoman. The Biafra name was first connected by Ijoman based on what he stated there. Now, if our brother can say that everybody can stay on a own, can we fight a struggle through abusing one another, through accusing one another, without having a roundtable discussion? That is my second question.
And it's a very good question. We can have a struggle. The answer to your question is that we can have a struggle without the rancor, without the abuse, without fighting, and with a round table. And I'm going to tell this very forum today here. I don't know how many people are watching all over the world. What I've never said before. The person who was prominent from the coastal region of Biafra when we're beginning is Asari Dokubo. Ask Asari Dokubo, did I send representation to him before? Did we sit around the table before to discuss this or not? Write it down so you can ask.
and come back to me. Ask him, did I send people to him? How many times did I send people to him to agree all of these things? Did we agree or not? Who insulted each other first? I want you to write it down. Who insulted each other? Did I go out to insult anybody? If you insult Biafra, I will insult you. If you come out with a half-baked theory about the origin of any clan in Biafra land, I will correct you if you want to be corrected. I studied Biafra for close to 18 years before coming out. I studied the Igbo race for 15 years. I studied Biafra for 3 years. Full-time course I did. I taught myself. Anywhere the person is coming from, I will tell you where you come from, where you were born, where your ancestors come from. I have all the facts and figures. The thing is that we don't want to accept the truth. Everybody will be on their own, and I will remind you of what I said before, that people don't want to reason or think about it. Are any of the other clans in Biafra land? In fact, what is Igbo to start with? So, Igbo people, Igbo. Who is Igbo? Let me ask you, sir. Who are the Igbo people? I am from Omaha. If somebody from Osoka is talking, can I understand what he or she is saying? If I speak, can they understand me? People don't know. The people come out with things they don't know. They know little or nothing. And when you want to educate them, they don't want to be educated. And you ask them to bring out the facts you have, and you see they're very shallow and meaningless. The fact that you speak a different language or dialect doesn't mean we are not the same people. I'm asking you, why, if we are not the same people, why do we have if you run with the argument of Niger Delta and South, that means that Akwa Ibom is part of South, yes? And Akwa Ibom is part of Niger Delta, isn't it? Yes, we agree. That's what the zoo tells us. But in Ijo land, do you have a Okonko in Ijo? Do you have Epe in Ijo? Do you have Ekan in Ijo? Is there any language of Ibibio or Efik that you speak in Ijo land? I want to prove to you the foolishness of Nigeria and those who believe in Niger Delta answer. I say it open. If you consider it an insult, then so be it. But I'm giving you facts and figures. Is there any language, is there any word in Ibibio language, in Anang language, in Efik that you can speak in Ijo land? Don't you understand? Are you in the same fraternity? Because Okonko is from Anang. Okonko is in Ibibio. Okonko is in Efik. Okonko is in Abia State. Okonko is in Abreba, is in Arochukwu, is in Omuahe, is in the whole of Bende. Do you have Okonko in Ijo? Then how can it be in South? How can it be in Niger Delta? Do you see the foolishness of the reasoning of some people? We are all one people. There will be no rancor nor distress, if not for the what I call, I don't know what it is. Let me give you an example. My dear brother. In Israel, the same nonsense that is happening to us happened to Israel. You know, that is why when I look at the similarities and comparisons, it's very, very uncanny. Do you know when Israel was conquered? Was when they divided into two kingdoms. Israel divided after the death of Solomon into the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Southern kingdom is Judea and Benjamin. The northern kingdom are the other tribes. They later changed their name to Samaria. The southern part called themselves Judea. That was when the Hittites, that was when the Babylonians, that was when the Romans came and took them over because they were divided. Israel was divided. If you don't learn from that, you will never learn from anything else in your life. If you are divided, the enemies will take you. I have told you before and I will repeat. Did Igbo people conquer anybody in their history? And nobody conquered them. Because an average Igbo man is a Democrat and a Republican. Doesn't believe you can come to his house and tell him what to do. His house is his castle. And let me ask you one other question. Did Yoruba, there is nothing like Yoruba before. You had Oyo,
empire that expanded and swallowed up Ijebu, the Ijebu people, swallowed up the Alaje people and all the rest of them. Don't you know that? Are they one people? They are not. Fulani came and conquered everybody, conquered Hausa, took their language. Today they are trying to push Fufu. The Igbo man do the same thing to the Igbo man. Instead, an Igbo man had to borrow the culture of Anang. Igbo man in Bende. Let me not use Igbo. Let me use Bende. Bende man had to go to Anang to learn to borrow his Okonko and Debe to tell you that we are one people. Anybody who is coming to debate us must be educated. You have to go to school many years over before you come. We are not fighting anyone. What I do is born out of love. I've been to Asari, I've been to Ankyo Briggs, I've been to everybody. I was the one that left United Kingdom to tour the whole of Iguacha, begging and asking our people, let us be one. Maybe by then you were in primary school. This was over 20 years ago that I was doing this, because I know we are one people. The only day I will stop talking about our unity, any day we do a referendum and the judge votes and says, we are not part of this family. If I talk about them again, I will die. Because I want to be able to tell God that these are your children. If I want, I would have taken 5 states before and gone. When I was in prison, they came to me and said, take Igbo states. And I said, no. Not because I want a John, not because I want a Bibio, no, but I want to ask them, do you want to be here or not? With what is happening in Ogoni, can't it teach people some lesson? Please, we are one people. Until you say otherwise in a referendum. You have a vote in the referendum. One man, one vote. You vote. And then after the whole thing, we count it. If you say you don't want to be part of Biafra, I will say goodbye. Then you see what Fulani will do to you. By the time they're finished with you, Hausa will be better than you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you
so much.
Ibetesoye for the answer. Asawa Jite, can we move over to our comrades from the house, because I believe they have what to tell our leader.
Thank you very much. Please, I think time is not more in our side, because we have used our time and we have used more than our time. So I think it is the right time, of course. Of course, I believe our leader, we create the space to discuss with all the traditional rulers who have left due to schedule. Who have left the program, because we are expecting a lot of them in this very program, because most of them actually begged for this program. And of course, we truly appreciate our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the light of Africa, for giving them the privilege to discuss. And of course, as we can see, he is a man of honor. And of course, he is not lording it over anyone. He is just only trying to tell us, or should I say, trying to make us reason as human that we are. Our leader will be catching a flight, which I believe we have to let him go. Please, comrade, we use this opportunity to introduce to you my leader, the co-convener of this very program, the likes of Idudu Oviemuno, the likes of my sister Tamono Tonye, the likes of Ogenemaro Olise Donald, and Efewanogo Fetugala, and including our mother, Madam Erewa, and some of our prominent Isoko leaders who do not have the opportunity to partake in this very program tonight. And of course, the traditional rulers have also said they would like to have more private meeting with you, sir. So this is just to show their solidarity with you, my leader, to show to you that, of course, no one can speak for them, either those who have come before them, either those who have still paraded themselves as the speaker of the people, that they have now stood up to speak for themselves, and they are ready to bring out the children, the sons and daughters, the able sons and daughters of every clan, or should I say, every ethnicity in the riverine area, to make sure that we be a partaker of this very great mission to restore the land that truly belongs to us, because they have also understand and agree that, of course, we are not associating with Biafra, but we are Biafra by birth. So I will quickly use this opportunity to give my comrade the opportunity to say thank you to you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Idudu, please take the mic for a minute while it goes round like that.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, my name is Idudu Muno. And it's about Biafra. I want to use the opportunity to say thank you to our leader. We have really, taking a lot of his time, and we thank you for his patience and his dedication to also listen, give us a listening ear. I say thank you, sir, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you very much.
And I thank all of you, each and every one of you, for this very unique opportunity given to me to address all of us here today gathered. We are one family, one people. We live apart from each other. We speak different languages and different dialects, but our DNA says that we are one people. Let us go and become free people as one. Then we do to your tents, O Israel. That's what we want to do, because everybody will be on their own. It is the way we are wired, and that is what is going to happen. I thank all of you once again, and continue the good work that all of you are doing. I value it immensely. And we'll be having, should I say, private conversations as time goes on. But from me, from here, with all the love in my heart and the peace of God that I pray upon each and every one of you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Soye. Miete.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My Honorable Secretary, thank you very much, Uche Okora. We say thank you. We appreciate you for your time and every other thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
We appreciate every one of you who have been a partaker of this very great mission, or should I say, very great gathering. And I believe, of course, our leader is not here, but he's still here with us. I don't know, maybe any of my comrades have one or two things to say.
Yeah, thank you very much. Today there's a lot of pressure, because this is the first time we're doing something like this. And I thought maybe probably we'll have made it around before our leader left, but of course maybe he has left. And I thought maybe our brothers that came newly one would have conjoin or combine their position together for him, but it's no longer the case. So I believe maybe some other time we can do that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother Idudu Biemuno. I think we have to go now because Facebook is already telling us our time is up. So I think we have to go now. Thank you so much. My fellow comrade, thank you very much.